We're back from vacation and it's time to take a look at what the garden has done while we've been gone. And let me tell you, walking out here this morning, it was crazy. It's amazing how much can change when you're gone for a week. The garden definitely needs some help. I have a lot of weeding to do. I didn't even brace these up. There's quite a few green peppers. They're pretty small. They're not weighing it down too much. But this barrage exploded and look! Oh, I'm so excited. I just noticed the calendula bloomed. And it's so unbelievably berried. That's really pretty. Oh, I'm so excited. I was wondering what it looked like. And then this is the jalapeno. And there's quite a few on here, and I'm gonna pick these and take them to work and give them to people at work, because I don't have anything to be making with them yet. I might make some salsa. We've got a couple tomatoes that are getting ripe. And another barrage plant that looks great. Picked a few green peppers off this plant. Still another one on there getting a little bit bigger. But other than that, the marigolds took off and it looks really nice. This is gonna get pulled out this week. These peas are struggling and are burned. The sunflowers grew a ton. This one isn't quite ready to open yet, but it's getting there. Excited to see what color that one is. That green bean plant that James gave me just gave us two little beans, and I think I'll let them dry out and then maybe save them. But it didn't really climb, and it's not really doing anything, so just gonna let it go. Maybe save some seeds and try again. The purple Russian tomato has one little tomato on it, just a few blooms. Didn't really do much, although it's in a bed with a bunch of other things, so I'll be planting more of those next year in their own beds. These sunflowers are quite small. I'm guessing they're a dwarf variety. I lost all the tags. The dog has pulled every single tag that I had in the garden out, so I don't know what anything is anymore. A few new colors of sweet peas on this one plant. These were those darker colors that I had showed you last time. They're kind of simmering down and falling off, and this one and this one, this hot pink one down here are new and they're quite pretty. And this bed, guys, I'm so in love with all the colors and the shapes of these zinnias. I wish I knew what varieties they were. So many of them didn't bloom, and I don't know which varieties did make it. Like this yellow one down here is more of like a ball, and there's a really light pale color one, and these salmon colors are so pretty. These are all the ones that I planted later, and definitely should have thinned it out, but I'm really happy with how it looks. Nice burst of color in the back, and that's exactly what I wanted. As you can see, I never got the lettuce pulled, so it is getting ready to bolt, and the sunflowers way tall, and I know that you can see it because I can see it from here. I'll go on the other side and show you how beautiful that sunflower is. They have multiple heads on them, so they're really going to be stunning, but I'm going to get this pulled out tonight. Oh, and I forgot to show you a couple more cucumbers. They're looking a little funny. My mother-in-law ate them, the ones that grew while we were gone. Not very many, still quite a few blossoms though. And we do have this big guy right here, so I'll be picking him And looks like there's two down there. And I'll try those bread and butter pickles because I forgot and left my cucumbers. I was gonna take them to Wisconsin with us and forgot them in the fridge. So we're gonna try it again. And even as I took a break, I did pull some of this. And I'm glad I did because as you can see, my kohlrabi is starting to get ahead on it. Beautiful sunflower. Love the different colors in it. Just beautiful. Here we have our lupine and Mexican torch sunflower. As you can see where I weeded and where I didn't, but I think we are starting to get heads on these, hopefully. That one looked like it was, and this one might even be more. But it's gonna be neat to see what those look like when they bloom. And the lupine are still growing, but they only put off leaves. They will not actually bloom until next year. And as you can see, some of the little, I think these were verbena, are growing in this corner. And look, they already bloomed in that corner. They look like candy canes. They're so pretty. Oh, we have a butterfly visiting us. Probably the one that's been eating all my kale, all the caterpillars. I think that's a white cabbage moth, if I'm not correct. Look at how amazing the fig tree looks. This thing has grown a ton since our last video, and I'm really happy to see this. Glad that it finally took off. And another nice surprise, this bed, I mean, it looks like a complete mess, but it has some really pretty flowers in it. There's more bachelor buttons, and the dill has started to flower. As you can see right there, some dill. And this was really pretty. I'll insert a picture. It looks like it closes up at night, but I did take a picture of it earlier, and that was really pretty. And I think this over here, this might be a coreopsis or some kind of coneflower, but really pretty. Oh, and here, this is another one. It looks like it might have been a salvia. So really quite the mix. But again, still looks like a complete weed bed. And of course, my most prized bed is loaded with tomatoes. These plants have gotten so big, all the stakes are falling. I'm gonna have to find another way to stake them up. Lots of ripe cherry tomatoes. My mother-in-law got to snack on them while we were on our trip. And I wanted to show you our Mickey head is still growing, and now it's ripening. So that'll be fun to see how big it'll actually get. The Roma tomatoes, I'll take you around on the other side. There's quite a few that are getting ripe, and a few more cherry tomatoes on this plant, but I mean, they're just massive. They're growing so tall. And it looks like we have a lone sunflower, and look at the basil, guys. The basil is so tall. I mean, that's gotta be 3 feet tall. Very, very healthy. Another cherry tomato, and another Roma tomato, and more basil. I'm gonna have to find a way to stake these up. This borage, like, it just completely fell over. It's so massive. Quite a few cherry tomatoes in here that I'll be picking tomorrow to eat. And here's some of our Romas finally changing. But lots more tomatoes getting ready to ripen. there you have it. That's the garden. Completely growing out of control. It's gonna take me all week just to get it reined back in. But I'm happy to be back and get back into a routine, and hope you enjoy the update. Please like and subscribe if you do. I'll be back to posting on Mondays, and the next one I'll show you will probably be the flower garden, because we've got a lot of new things blooming in there, and you'll be surprised at what happens a week and a half or 2 weeks without weeding in a flower bed. I've got my work cut out for me. So I hope you all have a great night, and I'll talk to you in the next one.